With Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
There's no one like you.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wendy and John, a pleasant good morning to you.
To the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise.
Carmen, good morning to you. Nadira, good morning to you. Hey, to that Mohan, a pleasant good morning. Denver Mohan, good morning to you. Soka Dolly, good morning. Yo, Brady Bunch, a pleasant good morning to you. Desmond Hines. Pamela, Palu, a pleasant good morning to you. Esteline, good morning to you. Angela, good morning. Hafiz Adi Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Balroop, good morning. Peter Samlal Singh, good morning.
Into the darkness you shine. Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one like you.
Hey, 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 hey.
None like you.
Oh Lord.
Our God is greater. Our God
Anne Marie Amin, a pleasant good morning to you.
higher than me.
Bang, bang, bang.
Awesome in power.
Janelle, good morning. Roger, good morning.
Our God is greater. Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than me.
Samantha, Sita, good morning to you all.
Awesome in power. Our God.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Rambo Ali, good morning. Cindy Mohan, good morning to you. 35087, a pleasant good morning to you.
And if our God is with us, then what can stand?
Bang, bang, bang.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is
Noella,
then what can stand against?
yes, Noella Mohan, a pleasant good morning to you. Joyce Ram, good morning. Rachinja Maharaj, a pleasant good morning to you. Pringala Mohan, good morning. Tommy Mohammed, a pleasant good morning. Nigel George, good morning. Lucy, good morning to you.
Our God is stronger. God, you are
Hey, Goben Lakshmi Diyal, a pleasant good morning to you. Royal Pasara, good morning. Palraj, good morning to you.
awesome in power.
Diane Legendary, good morning.
Our God.
Narayan Harrigan, that's Dave and Deborah, a pleasant good morning to you. Mala, good morning. That's Bedesi. Sandy Jones, good morning to you. Tommy Mohammed. Karen, good morning to you.
God is healer. Awesome in power. Our God.
Afrina Mohammed, a pleasant good morning to you. Damian Acton Vincent, good morning. Balroop, how are you going, my brother? Good morning. Sikal, good morning. Mina Rodriguez, good morning to you.
And what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us?
Farouk Mohammed, now just say Mr. Mohammed, a pleasant good morning.
And again.
Keith Suck there, good morning to you. Gemma, pleasant good morning to you, Gemma. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Trini Nairo, good morning. Only looking on quick, Jelly and John, good morning. Pat, Joseph, good morning to you. Krishna, good morning. Bobby, good morning. Ryan Ali, John, a blessing, good morning to you. Whoa, fast and furious, eh? Bonnie Queen, good morning to you. Edmond Mendes, good morning. Good morning. Hey, Zoreda, Muhammad, a blessing, good morning to you. Elamasi, a blessing, good morning to.
Open the eyes of the blind. There's no one like you.
Bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Nita Ramlal, good morning.
Out of the ash,
Andre Lochan, good morning to you. Mina Steiner, good morning. And I'm going to say a pleasant good morning to Emily. Emily, a pleasant good morning to you.
our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God
Hey, Ram Sukal, good morning.
Bang, bang, bang.
How I'll forget Baby. Good morning to you, Baby. Teacher Balmain, a pleasant good morning to you.
into the darkness.
Hey, Video Beer Vancouver, good morning. Zebrangani, good morning.
Ashes we rise. There's no one.
Miss Lorna, come about, a pleasant good morning to you. Miss Lorna on the whole. Miss Lawrence, how are you going? Good morning to you. A doubles and roti. Noel Bronkita Brong. All of you out there, good morning to you. The Iron Lady. Mama Juice, good morning. Gloria Escala, pleasant good morning.
Awesome in power, our God.
Big Ram, good morning.
God is greater, our God is
Kenrick,
stronger. God, you are
where is that man, Kenrick? Kamala Samlal Singh, good morning.
our God.
Michael, good morning.
Awesome
Betty, you know you have a song? Betty, Goatee. Aaron, Simon Simon, good morning to you.
Bang, bang, bang. Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, Rishai, good morning.
is for us, and who could
Mr. Pleasant, good morning to Tobago, Matabani, Silver Fox, all of you. Good morning to you all.
and if our God is for us,
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
then what can stand?
Nigel Black, good morning. David, Sammy, G Jr., good morning to you. Don't tell Roger, good morning already.
Our God is greater, our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer, awesome.
Romeo, good morning to you.
Our God,
Nice, I just came back to see who I will leave out.
our God is great.
While I'm doing that, let me say a pleasant good morning to Rafi, aka Postman.com, Kavika, brother-in-law Tony, all of you, sister,
Our God is healer,
father-in-law that I look on, Das husband, good morning.
our God. And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop?
Not forgetting
If our God is with us, then what can stand?
Neil De Silva, a pleasant good morning to you. And Delia.
is for us.
Diana too, good morning. KK, getting ready for school?
And if our God is with us, then what can stand against?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm gonna take a peep on the phone and see who I'm forgetting. I'll tell you all it's simple reminders. Just remind, man. Just send a hi. Nah, nobody ain't gonna leave out, man. Time to get down to business. How was your weekend? Nita, don't tell you morning already. Lucky Lal. Cotilda, good morning to you. Frank Andy Babalal, good morning. You know joining? Mommy Juice, I tell you morning already. Iron Lady, eh? Out there in Brooklyn. Let me say a pleasant good morning to Miss Brooklyn too. Angie. Susan Bootman, good morning to you. Joy Smith, good morning.
Out of the ashes we rise.
Evangeline Bartop, good morning to you. Hey, Jama Philip, good morning. Biggest, oh, we're going for another biggest out in Tobago. Long time, like you're real busy, boy. I wonder if that's the biggest out in Tobago. Biggest, let me know if that's you there, boy.
Higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome.
Let me say happy birthday to Susan Putman, Juice Lady, Mommy Juice, Iron Lady, granddaughter. Today's her birthday. Nicolette, a happy birthday to you. May you live to see many, many more. Your grandmother is a fighter.
Out of the
Bang,
ashes.
bang, 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 bang.
Rolly, good morning. Danny, good morning. Motilale. Tommy Mohammed, I don't tell you morning already. Biggest is you, boy. Yes, man. Biggest from Tobago out there, boy. Oh, we are going, my brother.
bang, bang, bang.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
We did it, my brother. We did it. But we ain't seen you, we ain't hearing you these days. What's up, what's up? That according to them, you know, the mustache biggest.
Bang, bang, bang.
So Roger saying good morning to you. Donna Cockins, good morning. Cassie Williams, good morning. Siraj, man, I can't pronounce that too good now, boy. But let me just say, Ontario, Canada.
And who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then
Miller, good morning to you, Miller. You're working with Fog Angel, boy. Biggest you're busy in the carnival up there. How the carnival up there going with? Today's carnival Monday up there, what? For carnival done. Let me know, me ain't following up that now. Man, boy, things had to change in the country. Playing people had to get work and things. I don't have time to study carnival. I have no time. Remember, you working. So you have to study that. And all those who are taking part of carnival. Be safe. Work hard. Look for your money.
our God is greater, our God is stronger.
If the carnival don't have no money in it for me, I can't be a apartheid partner. If it have no money in it for me, and as a apartheid, it means as a consumer. I That means that people will make money off of me where I am. So I'm glad that you're working, my brother biggest. Joy Lucky, good morning. Davika Balkaran, good morning to you. Paul Daniel saying good morning. Philip Fatboy, how are you going, partner? Good morning to you. Kabul, good morning. William Saunders, good morning. Free J, good morning to you. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That what we talking about earlier, yes.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox.
And Munsami, how are you going? A pleasant good morning to you. What about my next Santa Cruz woman? Santa Cruz number 2. And then we have Orlando number 2. Then Raj. Let me say a pleasant good morning to all the people in the Beetham and environs. Lavantier and environs. A pleasant good morning to you. They go Martin, all of you. Hey, down there. Point 14 Labre. We Carcass. All the way down there, Jeep Country. A pleasant good morning to you. Rosie Lack, all down there. So, good morning to you, Arima. Valencia. Grandi, a pleasant good morning to you, Mayaro. Rio Claro, good morning to you. Oh, Tuna Puna Parataria, a pleasant good morning to you all.
Out of the ashes we rise. There's no one
Mubarak, good morning to you. Jack Group, good morning.
like you.
Reality all ways. Good morning to you, Reality always.
Our God is stronger. God, you are higher than any other. Our God is healer. Awesome.
All right, so biggest say it still have more events today at 2 p.m. It's Beach, Store Bay to Beach, Pigeon Point. So it's Store Bay and Pigeon Point having thing today, biggest.
Into the dark.
Boy, your boy can't study that right now.
Out of the ashes we rise. There's
I had to concentrate on my health,
like you.
well-being, and let's continue pushing for our government, giving them that you know, that jockey back, like you know. So, yo, good morning.
Our God is
Hi, Lucy. Morning, Lucy.
Our God is strong.
Sharon Rampasad, good morning.
Higher
Brian Ramdeo, good morning.
Our God is healer.
Donna Lewis, good morning. Donna Gockens, how are you going? Good morning. Piggy. I don't say Piggy. When I say Piggy, she's getting vexed.
God is greater.
Peggy, good morning.
Is stronger. God, you are higher.
Wayne Felix, good morning to you.
Our God is healer. Awesome.
Sheila George, good morning. Jason Mitchell, good morning. Cyril,
Our God.
Group Chansen, good morning. Yeah, that's it. Cut them all, don't join already.
And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if our God is with us, then what can stand against? And if our God is for us, then who could ever stop us? And if
Amina, good morning to you. Atali Keto, good morning. Ramraj, Sony, good morning. Wendy Gale, good morning to you. Where the hell all late so? Why a big Monday? I see you come to join all partner the Pitbull early. That's what I'm thinking. I feel all honing me with just school you and all now reach Shereen Lee and all. Watch out.
God is stronger, God, you are higher than
Yeah, don't tell Shereen all late, eh?
other.
Where they now come from? Martin Lewis, you and all. All that kind of comrade talk. But you ain't look on to your comrade first. All who late. Princess Tongue, what you and all late.
God is greater, our God is stronger.
Brother, Rampus had an old Freddie Brown, you are no late, watch. Why all do you know the partner that? Rohan, you are no late. All it was, who all you horn in the Pitbull with? Who all you horn and going report with? I say I ain't mine, only go across, only say hi, good morning to Stefan.
And what can stand against? And if our God is for us, could ever stop us? And if our God
but all I know is about all saying horn, me don't leave me.
can stand,
Go across people at Stefan, say morning Stefan. Say yo, let me go back to me man the Pitbull across day so. Ann Williams, you are no late, watch. Well, there was.
Bang, 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 bang.
Princess Song say we love we partner. But only not reaching, that means only some in some other house and coming in my house late. Oh God, what had to do again to show that love, inspiration, Mala? You are no late. Afroz Ali, you are no late. Look, Nancy no reach to you know. Look, Rose Johan no reach to you know. But where the hell is this? I washing all the clothes. I washing the ways. I keeping the yard clean. Every month I carrying you all somewhere good. We going driving. Look, baby Rampus I don't know late. I help and see about the children. They really say woman not bad, you know. And some man and all they bad too, boy. Look, Shanti Ali no reach to. Look at the hour, watch. Somewhere, some other house all they was in. Look, 007 no reach into. Look, Raffin no reaching. But where the hell is this, boy? Where let us be, boy? They say don't matter how good a good man is to a woman, but don't matter how good a good woman is to a man. Watch how all they taking all their partner for granted, all they home, all look at the hour. All they going somewhere else and all they coming back on now. Don't matter what. Look, Michael Scotland and all now jumping on. And playing the ball in morning and Moon Sammy, all kind of bacchanal thing there. Can and all now jump on there too. Yeah, can 259. Look, Barbara Coleman and all now jump on. Farmer came farmer. Mickie Thunder Boom, nothing for you. Nothing. Look at the hour. But you want to live better. You need a government contract. You need a URP board appointment. Silk. A AGC house. But how you leave out? How you leave out? You're right to leave it out, boy. Look, he leave out. Look back, he Thunder Boom. He leave out he was CPEP contract. What happened? Oh yeah, put a CPEP contract or URP work. Oh God, oh yeah. You make my laugh there, boy. Sammy, good morning. Good morning, Sammy. I want G1 VJ playlist. Some kind of bacchanal thing. Good morning to you. Just School, good morning. Miss Coover, look at the hour. Man, you see this? Let me start this program. I hope all you done already. Like, share. Miss Coover, you jump out long time before everybody has any line, but you know saying I? How I gonna know that? That was saying because I saying you look on to some other man. After you have been so good, so loyal. Carmen, good morning. Well, you had to say morning, or you come on, you get up, you didn't say morning, hey, Pitbull something. How are you going to know your day? How? Where's that? Central Ramuta. Ramuta, good morning. Like Ramuta. Where they going? 4031, yeah. Ramuta, 4031, good morning to you. Chan. Babulal, good morning to you. Rinald, good morning. Brian, good morning. Rupert Lal, good morning.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Everything all over is the war. War. Everybody frightened. I'm meeting people only quarreling with me. But I pay them people, eh? You know they ain't too smart. Some guys who still saying I vote, I make a change. LP, good morning. You know that people say they make a change to vote for Kamala. Some of them they lie too bad, eh? They say they make a change to vote for the UNC, right? But when they meet me, the same boy I vote. But what going on? Like we Prime Minister want to bring war. People tell me like Kamala want to bring war. The Honorable Prime Minister, they say want to bring war in Trinidad. Farmer Ken, farmer, you're gone. You're going to work, boy. Hand prong here. Majid. Good morning. Yeah, did any one of people saying, telling all how the Honorable Prime Minister look for Kane, farmer Kane saying, what foolishness. There is no war in the Caribbean. All right then. Well, very good, Kamala. As always, your darling. Jesse, you're not rich. Good morning. To some of you out there, do you believe it have war in the Caribbean like how some people don't? Do you believe that it have war coming in the Caribbean? So you see the questions are throwing out. Have you, some of you bouncer people that telling you all that the Honorable Kamala Persad will get this country in trouble and that she should hush him out and all kind of thing? Glory Ram Kilawan, you now join the damn program. Good morning to you. Have you all bounced up those type of talks? We see the wrap up the standing committee, and now they're going to the well, now it's supposed to be the Senate in order to get the budget passed. Felix, all of you, good morning. Workers' rights, good morning. Not forgetting Ivan Felix too. good morning to you. Dan Raj. Soju, good morning. Yolanda Courtney, you know damn reach. Good morning to you. You're late. Amzad Khan, good morning. Right, you're saying there's no war in Trinidad. But ask, do you believe there is a war in the Caribbean? Do you believe there is a war woman in the Caribbean, which is right next to us? You know what I'm talking about, Venezuela. Marilyn Citaran, a pleasant good morning to you. I don't say morning to Anne-Marie Amin, not forgetting to Matilda Rhodes, good morning to you.
Bang, 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 bang.
Kane farmer Kane say, I'm a 70-year-old retired public servant, I have no work to go do. Stefan, good morning. Gita, good morning. Gita, you're late. Why all of this come up? I tell Ole home with somebody out there, you know. Ole going on some program on a morning. Garo, you and all no reach. Sunil Ramjet, you and all no reach. Some program Ole going on all day. Like what going on and Ole coming back here all this hour. At least Ole come home, I tell Ole home, don't leave me, but don't stay so long. Trinidad Revolutionary Soldiers, good morning. Revolutionary. Wendy and John, good morning. Nice. What's on your old front burner this morning? Correct. No war in Trinidad. Battle station. No war in Trinidad. You all are correct. But what I'm asking you all, right, what I'm asking you all is that have you all bounced up anybody that is talking negative? Sheldon Rhodes, good morning. Negative when it comes to the Honorable Prime Minister and a stance with the war. Well, with the support of Donald Trump. Right? The Dira is correct. She say, Andy, war, no war, we can't run. But I would like to hear where's your thoughts. Have you all bounced up people that support the UNC and all that saying the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessra should stay out of that? She talking too much. She go get the country in trouble. Kala Yang Hip, good morning. Yai Black Chinese, good morning to you. Have you all bounced up that with some of your colleagues? Do you all believe that a war is really is on the outskirts of Trinidad and Tobago, that a war is really going to come? War is war. Whether it'll go in and just take you out, whether they don't bomb no way, wherever it go. Right? We as a broad category. Do you all believe that America will be going to war with Venezuela? Some people say no. Do you all believe that America or Donald Trump will bring all the assets to the Caribbean? Millions of dollars assets and all of that to bluff? Donald Trump? To bluff? Del, good morning. They'll say no war will happen in Guyana, in Venezuela. All I being straight, my belief is they're going to put out more do. Whether war or no war, so we can categorize all of that under a war. It's dead or alive. So I believe I'm not seeing all of that being mobilized, all the assets, all over social media, all over BBC, Al Jazeera, CNN, Fox, everybody All eyes on Venezuela. China, Russia, everybody watching. Iran, everybody. The Chinese man from Fing, wherever you call him there in South Korea. Anthony Morning. Everybody watching. And all they want to convince me, the Pitbull, that Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, and Vice President Vance, because all of them talking serious, that them will mobilize all of that out there, boy, down to the biggest aircraft carrier, to just sit them outside Venezuela, they boy, to end up a war laughing stock to China, Russia, all of them. I not seen that, boy. Because Donald Trump and them, let me say, they end up not doing nothing, they turn back and they leave. What all including China, everybody gonna say? America will look weak. There's no way the most powerful military in the world could mobilize all of that. The biggest mobilization in this part, Western Hemisphere, in decades. Whatever real? To just remain out there and be a laughing stock? To who? Donald Trump? To who? To Russia? To China? I not seeing that. Oh, Jerry, answer that now. You seeing Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Vice President Vance, all over Fox, every world media running what's going on outside Trinidad and Tobago with Venezuela. Oh, let me be real now. And some people still saying that is a bluff. It's not going to do nothing there. All you know how bad and stupid and weak America will look. The most powerful military in the world. Donald Trump, you feel he want to be a laughing stock, Rubio, all of them? Vince, all of them? Well, let me talk common sense thing now, you know. Well, let me really talk common sense thing, you know. Because I can't believe it. Still have people saying that they're not going to have no war. Whether it's not bombs dropping. Watch me. I categorize war under just what we see here. Them things don't happen. Dresser for drugs. Aircraft carrier, the biggest in the world. For them fishing boat them. What where the hell? They already was having success. Without all of that, you ain't see the kind of bacchanal no. It don't reach about 10 boats to blow the water, them little boats. So they're telling me, Marco Rubio, Donald Trump, Vice President Vance, all they're telling me, them come and bringing all of that and adding on to help blow up fishing boats. What the hell are they telling me about, boy? All for real? I bounce up a man convincing me that, you know. Telling me it's no war. It's not going to happen. They can't do that. The rest of the South American countries go join to help Venezuela. All they ain't see the sanction the Colombian president. Because they know most of the cocaine coming out of Colombia. So that my big Patricia Reed, me telling you morning at all. Look at the hour you join. You honing me? Where's UNC Duncy talk? Boy, that is bright talk. The Honorable Prime Minister. Morning, Patricia Reed. Kenrick Prasad, I tell you morning long time like you. Where is? Hey, let me say pleasant good morning to Mr. Clarence. I get him the thing. Mr. Clarence, good morning to you. You and Faye, good morning to you all. Let me see how much of all you really and truly can analyze this thing properly. And remember, good morning, it have many other front burners. Joy Munsi, Ramlagan, good morning. Y'all, what is y'all front burner? All you gotta go to mine. Because all over the world, what's trending, what's all the headliners is Venezuela, United States of America. How I never say morning to 007? I say morning to 007 long time. Sukram, you're late. Oh, Patricia Reed says she don't want me at all here. See, I told her that she behaving, you know, she coming in. Sita, good morning. She coming in. Right, let me take a thing there. Yeah, let me take a thing there. Let me take a call. Let me just hook it up here. Right, and while you all again, Selwyn Lopez, you're late. Right, let me look to get some calls in all here. So here is my front burner, what I throw out. Remember it have other front burners. Barry Bujam, you're late. Let me see if you're going to talk any kind of thing there. Because people are saying Kamala should stay out of that and she talking too much and they're like she can do anything. I believe in the Honorable Prime Minister doing the best that she can, and that is what I would have done. You're talking stupidness, Barry Bujam. That the next thing I bet on, I say how China and Russia wouldn't get involved. Look, Barry Bujam is saying, breaking news, China is sending a battle group to the Caribbean. That is truth by Barry Bujam, boy? All you tell me if that truth what he's saying there. But how is only Barry Bujam get that? Cletus, good morning. Again, I am not seeing Russia and China getting involved. I'm not seeing that. The Monroe Doctrine in play. Which people say that's not truth. And Ojer say I can't say much at this point because I've warned the citizens multiple times. Barry Bujam say, yes, it's shoot. It's on Aldra Zebra. So, Zebra, so there, it look like a shoot. That just to play the posing up. Western media is not covering this breaking news. Marilyn Cicharan is saying, yes, Andy, I saw that. Wow. Nobody feel that earthquake? What earthquake? Earthquake now shake, but me feel that. Iran in Cuba. Ann Williams is saying it is truth. Wow. Well, China just going on really go. What are they going to do? What could China do? What will Russia do? I telling all you, nobody not going to get involved. Nobody going to get involved in that. Look, Barry Bujam talking, he talk what tell all if all fine. So he's saying thanks to Kamala, Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago is in the middle of it. It's thanks to Dr. Kit Ray Rowley, Stuart Young and the former administration that was sucking up to Maduro under Maduro bum and not staying neutral. Because Rowley them never showed they was neutral at all. Kenneth Prasad, I agree with you. China and Russia, even if they send anything down on their side, they'll stay in international waters and they will never get involved. Them go come across here in the back door of America and get involved in this, that's not going to happen. .007 and you are correct. Trinidad is involved in this because of the PNM. Daniela Richards, good morning to you. You're correct. China is supporting Venezuela Maduro. The US want Maduro to leave Venezuela. Either or is war, change a regime, whether a bombing drop. I telling you, Donald Trump, America, not going through all of that. Mobilizing the world's largest aircraft carrier to bluff. They were always selling me. Bluff for the great America to look stupid. Bluff for Donald Trump to look stupid. Weak. Rubio will look stupid too. Vice President Vince. All of that, I not seeing that. Nobody can tell me that. Let me go to the lines. Morning caller.
Andy, good morning. Good morning to all listeners. Andy, America, they don't stick. They going out there to get Maduro, and to get Maduro, they will. Come what may. Right? That is how Americans is. And I'm happy that they're here in the coastal lines in Trinidad. When Rowley was there for 10 years, we had no Coast Guard working around the borders of Trinidad and Tobago. You hear? Now the PNMites and the PNM have a problem because of Kamala and they ranking together, the US ranking together, that they could come here, right? They have a problem with that because apparently we now seeing what Rowley was saying is truth. Is a mafia operation that was taking place under the cartel. And now the PNM have a problem with it. And it's only war, war, war. They start to cry, war, 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 war. Right? 10 years when people was dying, when they kidnapping the fisherman them and carrying them down Venezuela and the Venezuelan killing them, chopping them in pieces, or calling a ransom for the fishermen them. Where Rowley was, where Karim Marcel, who they saying war, war, where all of them, they're only talking now, opening their mouth and spreading the propaganda, the PNM. Oh, Kamala doing all of this, and in 2030 she going to lose the next election. What Kamala is doing, Kamala is protecting our borders as well. And the troops, the snipers and all of them will work together with the army down here. But to get Maduro, they're going to get Maduro, and they don't have to cause a war, you know. They will just go in there like how they get Bin Laden, how they get Saddam Hussein and all of them. They know how to do the thing, right? They know how to do the thing. And we just have to pray and trust God that everything work out good, that Maduro and Rowley cannot rank again. And the next person they're supposed to go for is Rowley, because that was Maduro friend and they dance in the Congo together. Right? That's the next one they have to go for. Don't worry. We're watching, and I'm not frightened. You know, I am happy. I am really happy that the U.S. Army is here. And I am going up Port of Spain tomorrow morning to look at the ship and whatnot and thing. And, you know, feel good that our country, the security of our country is working again, right? And people will come in and they go call in and they go start talking stupidness and I don't really care, you know. You see, when all they have cocoa in the sun, all they go come out and say this and say that and say the other, right? But I stand up for what is right. And Kamala Persad-Bissessar is doing her work, and she is doing it without fear or favor. And she's taking a stand for the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. And who don't like it, go Venezuela. Don't tell all your family to send barrel when all you're seeing trouble here. Send barrels from America for all you. Go Venezuela and get all your barrel with all your food and everything from Venezuela. When all you have a problem with the Americans. Leave the Americans alone and let them do what they have to do. Okay, Andy.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning? But don't forget my question. Do you all believe that Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Vice President Vince, the most powerful country in the world, America, do you believe that they are bluffing? They just park up out there. They're not going and go into Venezuela, and it's all a bluff. Do you all believe that? Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Andy, right now, America ain't bluffing. America want to make United States of America great again. Venezuela sitting on an real oily, one of the biggest oil boom in the world. Venezuela, that's all. America was that bad. But Andy, I hear the budget passed Saturday.
Oh, partner, I think that'll go to
and
the
the
upper
government
house.
implement 20,000 new jobs. Yeah, me bye.
But I think that'll go to the upper house, man. The Senate.
Can I go to the Senate?
Yeah, there's a certain phase pass. It are the other phases.
All right. But Andy, you know, was that old picture frame and nobody still call my name. So I come out of the picture frame, I take some pictures. Like I go back in the picture frame, nobody call my name. But I see everything working out with the budget. There's that 20,000 new jobs open back. People going to apply. People want to know when the jobs go roll out. Christmas coming. People want to put bread and buy presents and things for their children, you know. And they are coming out and start a bonfire, and I just watching and seeing what's going on.
But the budget didn't pass. Why you talking so much already like that? The budget still have to go to the Senate and open a bacchanal. And then they still have to get time. Were you rushing the thing, sir? You debate all the thing.
I ain't rushing it because I see people who I know in campaign hard like me who get tear gas. And they're eating and drinking and shoot soilers. They're telling them, hold on and wait till after the budget. You see what's going on in the borders right now? Anything could go on. A bomb could drop. Anything could go on right now because United States of America ain't playing. So, and they are holding on still. Bless.
Right, Bujam John is saying America won the oil and the rare earth under. Right, the rare earth under. So that means Venezuela have rare earth. So let me know that. Hey, Ruben is saying, Socrates is saying, oh, lock on from the British Virgin Islands. I'm going to say a pleasant good morning to those of you that lock on to us. And the British Virgin Islands, a pleasant good morning to you. Hoodie, good morning. I know see you jump on late. Bola, good morning. Bola. Right, I want to read some of the things that Bujam John is saying. Barry Bujam, in fact. Go ahead, caller. Make it short and sweet. Morning. Who is this?
Rich, my Gandhi.
Hey, Rich.
Yeah. What's the question, Andy?
Do you believe some people are debating me over the weekend saying America just want to show a strength of force, them not going into into Venezuela, right? Some people also debate me and tell me that Russia and China, I tell them Russia and China would not get involved. They are saying Russia and China will get involved. Alright, some people are also saying, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, our Honorable Prime Minister, that she should have just shut up and she's bringing war on our doorsteps. My belief is Kamala Persad-Bissessar did not bring no war to our doorsteps. That was always their woman since Rowley and the PNM administration being friends with Lennox. Call Mickie, let Mickie know for anything. Yeah, with Maduro them. What says the one? All they can commit any front burner. So don't you say, Andy, talk about Trinidad. All I want to talk about Trinidad, jump in and talk about Trinidad. It's open. The front burner is open to everyone. Go ahead.
All right, Andy. Yeah, good
Richard.
morning, Andy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, Andy, simple question. If you have a house in Gandhi and you have a house in Shagwanas, and it's your house, and a man comes to mash up your house, and you go and protect it, or you will stand up and see whatever the situation or ensure that he don't damage your property, right? So if people have to be from other country, which is China, in the Caribbean here, it is obviously to protect their assets here, right? As announced, we had some oil blocks recently bidded for by China, if people could remember. Now, if people see military from China come down to protect their assets, and well, every corner is a Chinese grocery here, and there are people here, then that is fine. All right? It come like if I go to Central to protect a house that I build there, you understand, the same as you might come to protect other property of yours. All right? So that's one thing they answered. Where Russia is concerned, that is underhand dealing with Maduro and Russia. Right? We all know for donkey years with Cuban crisis and all these sort of things like that, these people keep buying underhand weapons for decades. Right? So I think there's Russia involvement in the Caribbean. Russia and Trump have their negotiations. I don't think that Russia would use any full force in the Caribbean. They may be human to protect their interests, as far as we understand, before Maduro and them.
Yeah, but Ojer, Richard, Barry Bujam is saying, why would China send a joint battle strike group here? This thing is not making any sense.
If the Chinese embassy get involved for some reason or the other, it is up to China to respond. Do you understand? If America embassy, we seen some people going down the road by America embassy and protesting. These people do not know the clause of our embassy in America. We have treaties aligned together with the Geneva Convention, right? That is our sovereign base. I seen people like Omar, not Omar, this other fella, this Abdullah fella going and lining up and standing up in front of our sovereignty base to destroy that, to protest against it. These people, they have a brain, they're mad.
Right, well, Whisperers of the Unknown, what kind of name is that? Whisperers of the Unknown. And all them Caribbean countries who speaking against America going to get 50% sanction just now, or tax, or tariff just now.
Because from the Tier 2 report, Andy, it was not only in Trinidad and Tobago. You could fully remember of the Tier 2 report. This is investigation that had been running for many years, right? Yes, the CIA had been involved. Yes, other organizations had been involved to find out where the drugs from America is actually coming, passing through, and reaching to the Americas. People are walking like zombies in America right now. People are not knowing in Trinidad what is really happening in America, right? So they basically want to cut the drug trafficking trade and the mafia involved. And clearly it is showing if a person is guilty, they will come out. Majority of the CARICOM people is coming out against our Prime Minister because she is supporting this move. She knows, and we all knows, look at the amount of murders in Trinidad and Tobago had happened for the past decade. Right? Check by the thousands to begin with. Most of it is circulating around criminal activities, gang warfare.
Right, but she's
drugs.
smart. She's smart. What I will watch her that is she ride
should
the
support-
correct wave. She's riding the
Yes,
correct
they
wave.
should not be anti-government at this point, right? Being anti-government can land up people, right, in alliance with now labeled terrorists.
Wow. Oh, all right. Thank you very much. Let me just continue there, my partner.
All right, brother.
What is your closing comments before we go? I'll take some other calls.
Nice. Blessing, you go ahead, because let us see it and let it unfold, because what I will advise people, do not just respect the government, let the government do what the government is supposed to do. Everybody's safety is at first priority, right? America is with us. We had something more.
All right, but let me ask you, because you didn't answer that. Do you believe America is bluffing? All of that they bring in here, that they're bluffing, they're not going to interfere with Venezuela?
Well, if somebody come and bring in a type of drugs in my house or in my vicinity here, and the police decide to go and lock down the person or whoever it is bringing that dangerous drug to damage my people, that would not be a bluff.
Nice.
And that is exactly what is happening there. Is by the hundreds of thousands, even millions of people in America is under drugs, and the drugs is high-end drugs. It damages these people and them proper people, high people, low people, children, innocent people. What is wrong with people in Trinidad? Let them allow the man and the army, because this is Maduro and them, whoever it is aligned with whoever in South America, they want their trafficking continued.
All right, thank you very much. Oh boy, I know it has some people cussing right now saying, what's wrong with this man? Nobody say, what nonsense this man talking. Not me saying that here, Jerry. Not me saying that, Richard. I saw it, that people cussing saying, what's wrong with this man? What nonsense he talking? Some people might be saying, what you go see? America will go in, they will take, they'll move Maduro wherever they go, and all our drugs will still be going to America. Well, I just had to read between the thin lines. I'm just a very smart person. Hey, Stefan say, Barry Boudram, feel free to leave Venezuela recruiting. So Barry Boudram, she is saying go across Venezuela now, man. Bola is saying, trust nothing Al Judge Vibra says about America. We're going to see what some of the comments, only the lines are open, eh? Barbu Jam say Kamala gone and done it. Well, people, load your matic. Well, Kamala telling people load your matic had to do with America going and deal with Maduro. Wait out, Kamala Prasad be says, partner, America was going there. Linda, good morning. Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from and what's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Andy, I'll call you back.
All right, you'll call back. 007 saying, and the fact is the largest warship with all them planes, I would be feeling totally secure at this point in time. So Trinidad and Tobago, we're supposed to be feeling totally secure at this point in time. For all I know, America might be done put on missile defense systems. Various parts they or have one of the warplanes and them they one of the warboat and them out there had the radar lock on and we'll be using that as a missile defense system in case Maduro them send anything in this direction. Where's they not mad to do that? Them not gonna do that. Frank James is saying you don't want the Americans involved. Stop use them currency. Shahid Mohammed is saying America never bluff. Hoodie is saying Trump knows that his days on earth are almost over. He wants to start World War III, a conflict between the US, China, and Russia, so close to Trinidad, can be a essential threat to Trinidad and Tobago. Oh boy. What else? Right, wait. Let me just go through here. Look, all of the lines are open. I'll go to the papers headliners in a little bit. Ebola is saying, Andy, again, Al Jazeera is anti-America. They will say anything to make America look bad. Ramsukal is saying Trinidad is well protected. I agree. But remember, they're going into drills. Barry Bujam, no making sense there. He said America is going to get rid of Maduro. Either he leaves on his own or in a box. That's truth. Katie Acton, you're right. Trump and them ain't doing all of that, sending all the artillery to war, to be a laughing stock with the world. That's not going to happen. Hey, Kenny Lee is saying war never ends well with citizens. And yes, if they want to fight and bomb each other, they can. But we must stay out of it. We have to stay neutral. When USA is when America leave and gone, what will be our case? This is the same Venezuela that we want Dragon Gas deal from, right? This is the same Venezuela that we want Dragon Gas deal from, right? And also how long drugs is going places. How long get real people. How long get real people. It is not Venezuela alone. Have many other countries with drugs. They want the people oil and gas. And many. China and Russia has huge investments in Venezuela. They still will get involved. Barry Bujam is saying Kamala is pushing to get rid of Maduro. She feels with a new America installed government, she will get access to oil and gas. Yes, she will. Our country, Barry Bujam, will win either or. War or no war, we will win because they're going to move Maduro. And obviously, the opposition leader who they gave the Nobel Peace Prize that they want to give it to Trump. Obviously, she going most likely opposition talking to America. And for a role, America will let them know. Give Trinidad and Tobago Dragon Gas. Hook up Trinidad and Tobago. Kamala play right. Kamala win either or. That way called diplomacy. Kamala plus Albi says to make sure she on the right side. That's a fact. Right. The reason the U.S. warships is in Trinidad is because of the threats by Delcy and Maduro making against Kamala Prasad Bisesa in Trinidad. And I agree with that. It's not just so the US warships and them decide, well, why they're coming in Trinidad. They're making sure they dock here, so they will come like what we will call our missile defense systems, just in case. But it's about timeline for them to leave to it. But don't be shocked at that thing here, just in case. Kamala knows with the Barry Bujam again. Kamala knows with the current leadership, she's not getting access to that oil and gas. Well, all right, she go get the access under the new regime, partner. Under the new regime, they will owe America, and they will owe us for supporting America while everybody else did not. So the new regime will make sure they give me the oil and the gas. Well, the gas. Okay? Right. Ronnie, all of you, a pleasant good morning. Fufu, how we going? All of you, look at how much you all already lock on. So it's a front burner. It's open to each and every one of you. Don't forget that. What's on your front burner? Your front burner don't have to be mine. Mine is, people are saying that Kamala Prasad Bisesa, like Barry Bujam, Kamala should have remained neutral. Again, she's neutral. She have nothing against Venezuela. She support United States of America war on drugs that interfere with Trinidad and Tobago. It is what it is. So don't be like that, Barry Bujam. Reality all the way saying Trump don't care one thing about Trinidad and Tobago. Whether she did stay neutral, whether she didn't mention, whether she for wherever. At the end of the day, that wasn't going to do nothing for none of we. The woman picked the right side. So let me don't be like that. All only hate Trump. America would not let Venezuela rare earth fall under Chinese control. All right. At the end of the day, Monroe doctrine in place, you know. All only feel Lennox, peep and from and check Al Jazeera. I want to just clear because you know we always want to be credible. People are saying that that Al Jazeera is saying that China send warships. China is sending warships to the Caribbean at this present time too. Find out if that is true. Oh boy. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, Mr. Andy.
Go ahead.
Morning, Andy. Morning.
Good morning.
Hey, here, man. They're not they're not bringing that big ship there for nothing. That's one of the biggest warships they have. Okay? And they not bring that for nothing. Okay? Maybe
so you believe America going to attack Venezuela? Kendrick, so you believe America is going to attack Venezuela?
Yeah.
All right. We getting a real bad feedback.
I hear you. Huh?
We getting a feedback. Thank you. We getting a feedback.
Yeah, I hear you now.
I'm going to stay Carnage call the quick. Oh boy. Morning, caller. Go ahead. What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Andy Williams, pleasant good morning, my brother. Pleasant good morning. Lennox Smith, my brother, pleasant good morning to you. Mickie and his family, pleasant good morning to you all. The Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, a special good morning to you, the Honorable Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar and your team, and your intelligent team. Trinidad and Tobago, pleasant good morning to you all. Andy Williams, Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Rowley did say the people of Trinidad are stupid. Dr. Rowley tell all you is a mafia. Dr. Rowley tell all you all kind of thing. All you know the situation, what are we in this, what are we, all you know who caused this, what are we in this situation right now. And all you only coming along on Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar for doing the right thing, for protecting we. The other day I witnessed with my own eyes a medical ship from America docked in Port of Spain, and half of Trinidad was on the port looking for medical help. Nobody wasn't talking nothing about that. A situation taking place in Venezuela with America because of Maduro saying that he find they intercept a boat with terrorists and paramilitary and a stack of arms. All you're forgetting that, right? All you remember that this man is dealing with Russia and China. How many times they tried democratically to remove this man of an election? How many times they call election a democratic process and give the people, the population of Venezuela, the choice to vote, and they vote out this man resoundingly, and this man literally keeping himself in power by dictatorship. When you are dealing with drugs throughout the world, drugs could get you anything. And when you deal with people like Russia and certain people, we don't know. All you can remember Cuba. All you can remember Cuba in 1964 with Che Guevara and Fidel Castro and them. All you can remember that. Nobody know if it's a warhead or going back down there. So when Ms. Kamala Persad-Bissessar standing up as a new government, the 28th of this month will make this regime 6 months in office, and watch what taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody gone wild because the woman protecting we. Picture yourself if it was under Dr. Rowley and Donald Trump, they come down there. What they would have said, Dr. Rowley, oh God, they're killing me because remember it's a mafia Trinidad. All you understanding it, people. I'm talking from my heart this morning. All you're not understanding what's taking place in Trinidad and Tobago. You know, who for you have to be for them. The man say we were stupid. The man says a mafia. The man say, yeah, mine, the rich getting richer. And that they create opportunity for the poor. Nobody is studying them things. Everybody just waiting. This woman coming as a race thing and a bacchanal and this and that. Well, I saying something this morning to Trinidad and Tobago. What Donald Trump is doing is for the best of Trinidad and Tobago interests. And all who want, all the Caribbean, the CARICOM heads who now want to come and borrow God, let me try to see if we can find a solution to talk to America and talk to this and talk to that. Come on, all year, too late. By all means necessary, Maduro and the regime had to go. By all means necessary. And that is what Donald Trump come down here for. Right? That boat was docked up there yesterday. By now on Thursday, that boat gone. Right? America is our biggest ally. Right? If we don't have America to protect you, tell me who will? Who will protect us? If war should break out, who will protect Trinidad and Tobago? All our answers this morning, you know. I just said talking for talking sake, and I'm talking real this morning because it appears like we just on a rah, and all your understanding all your surroundings, all your understanding the geological. Oh God, Trinidad and Tobago, all you hurting me, boy. All you hurting me because everybody just on one thing. Like all you want to see the administration fall. 1 minute Rowley was the biggest problem. Rowley was a dog. Rowley was this. Rowley was that. Now we got somebody seeing about we affairs, seeking the interests of Trinidad and Tobago. And watch what we doing now, boy. And there are more to say about lockdown for now. I go continue.
Yeah, madam. Before you go, Barry Bujam is saying Trump is doing what's best for America, not Trinidad. America, your mother, your damn PNM is The cause? All right. Go ahead.
Andy,
You say Trump is always best for America, not for Trinidad.
I say it again, right? We are not living south of Russia. We are not living south of China. We are living south of America. We are the tip, the last island on the Caribbean train is Trinidad and Tobago. After Trinidad and Tobago is the whole big piece of Venezuela, South America down there, Guyana, all them places down there. And America is protecting us. We, the people, anything should happen to Barbados, anything should happen to Jamaica, anything should happen to any island where is a little setter. And you remember we is 1.4 million people. Venezuela is 28 million people. People not understanding the logic in this thing.
All right.
How you mean Trump are protecting we? How you think? You feel you could invite him, Mr. Kamala Prasad Bisasa, in the White House to talk with Mr. Rubio? Just so? All you feel them thing going on just so? Think about it, Trinidad and Tobago. Who have we in this situation? Why are they not taking it and choking it? A spade is a spade. The former administration run by Dr. Keith Rowley is there, how we here. And the woman fixing the problem, and we again she chance. We only rah-rah. Look the budget. Look all they vote for 13 of them. 13 of them, the opposition only vote for them. And look everything the government doing right now to make the country better, they only abstaining. The budget and all, none of them have vote for the budget to pass. You understand? None of them may talk about the budget, but our constituency to talk about. You know what they're talking about? We ain't get no money, the corporation and them ain't get no money, so we go can't fix the road. They're telling all them from now, all them PLM constituency, look out for the road in a mess. Look out for the rubbish piling up more, because we ain't get enough money from the government to see about them things. That's what they're telling all you know. What they understand in Trinidad and Tobago, and they are gone.
All right, thank you very much. Right to the chiefs, I don't understand. Barry Bujam is saying Trump is doing what's best for America, not Trinidad. America wants the oil and rare earth in Venezuela. George Ramdeen is saying to Barry Bujam, Jack Warner would tell you, ask your mother. So Barry Bujam, George Ramdeen is saying, ask your mother. PNM is the cause of what's going on. Oh boy. Lennox Smith, you find out if that's truth or not when it comes to the Al Jazeera and Chinese, the Chinese and them on the way to the Caribbean with 2 battleship or something, so? People, when you get your let me take an next call by the time. Morning caller.
Good morning to you. Yes. Good morning to you. Yes.
Morning caller. You have a real serious delay there, boy. You have to try to listen to something else, you know. That delay ain't so bad, you know. I talked to you so long.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I'm monitoring via the normal system, so I will get some fragments.
No, well, monitor via the Discord. Yeah. You have no choice. You have to monitor via the Discord.
Yeah. All right. Well, I took it off because I wanted to focus on the information that you asked me for.
Oh.
Yes, there is a confirmation that the Chinese have deployed some warships, and in fact, the Navy of Venezuela, the military assets of Venezuela have been having joint exercises with the Chinese. Of course, there is the consensus that the Chinese will not get militarily involved, and all of that is merely a show. I mean, that's what the experts are saying. They would prefer, of course, because they believe that China is not ready to confront the United States, especially in its own backyard. So all of that is a pretext to protect its own interests, because they have, of course, invested billions of dollars in the oil and the oil industry in Venezuela, and therefore, on the request of Maduro, they did, in fact, of course, agree to have these joint exercises, ostensibly to defend Venezuela. But as I said, the experts are saying, in no uncertain terms, that if push come to shove, the Chinese will not get involved if America decides to put a land operation inside of Venezuela. Of course, all of that is left to be seen. Let me say, however, that I listen very copiously and very intensively and to the arguments, one side or the other, in terms of the comments of the various persons who have made comments so far on this program. Let me say that the most rational of them all, in my view, and that's my view, but I trust that it will have some bearing on the general discourse, is that really and truly, as far as Trinidad and Tobago is concerned, I take the argument that Trinidad and Tobago is in a win-win situation. A win-win. They have nothing to lose. Those who say that, well, if America attacks, and what happens afterwards with respect to relations with Venezuela, well, yes, it's obvious that the opposition will now be in power in Venezuela, and the now opposition, that is, will now be in power in Venezuela, and therefore I cannot see nothing but thanks to Trinidad and Tobago, apart from the United States, and therefore in that regard we would not lose. And indeed, if of course the regime in Venezuela is displaced, and Trinidad and Tobago has taken a particular position on that particular matter, I cannot see that Trinidad and Tobago would lose as a result of that. So Trinidad and Tobago really has been placed in a win-win situation. Of course, the rest of the Caribbean, because they are not in the position of Trinidad and Tobago, will see what they have to say. This amorphous or illusionary free zone, lack of war scenario. And of course, we have heard Skerrett recently of Dominica, and then we have, of course, Motley in Barbados, of course, sounding the same concern. But that is all good because this is a dialectic situation. People have different positions at different times, and so on and so forth. Trinidad has its own. Of course, they are standing clear of the fact, because if you're talking about a zone of peace, then of course Venezuela maybe is the greatest culprit and threat to that peace, particularly among CARICOM countries, because the threat to Guyana, who is a member of the CARICOM group, cannot be overestimated or swept under the carpet. The fact of the matter is that has occurred. There has been several things, international consideration, international court. We have, of course, the Argyle Declaration in St. Vincent recently, and even after that, but there was a mobilization of troops from the reports that we have along the Essequibo side, or should I say the other side of the river, that of course enjoins or where the Essequibo region is, and of course the Venezuelans itself saying that the Essequibo is now part of Venezuela.
Wait, hold on there, caller.
To that effect. So,
right.
So that is an illusion. The whole question of the area being a zone of peace.
Oh, it's an illusion. I seen here because it's big in the Express. Caller, after I just said this, you'll just make it because you're on holding on since. Because you're not supposed to just give you what it is, and it is confirm it that China and Venezuela is doing joint military thing, and we know too Trinidad and America will be doing some joint military drills,
exercises as well. Yeah,
soon,
yes.
Right? We see in here Maduro accuses Kamala of turning this country into a U.S. aircraft carrier for battle against Venezuela and all of South America. Trinidad and Tobago and the CIA war plot against Venezuela. Before you answer that, Lennox Smith, go ahead, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
I just want to say the ship is here and Trump mean business. And if Maduro does not batten his grease and does not want to obey and cooperate, well, so be it. But I stand with the Prime Minister and I fully support what she's doing. I feel safe as a citizen, and I want to believe that she's acting in our best interest. And also, 6 months cannot fix 10 years of stupidity under the former regime. And to all the trolls that is on the live and commenting a bunch of nonsense, you all need to get real or migrate to Venezuela. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Thank you very much. Also, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Mr. Sobers, is saying that all the Jamaican students in Jamaica will be getting, hurricane relief. That's how it goes. Lennox Smith,
there's several flights that have been deployed coming out of Jamaica by Carl. So one expects that matter would have been resolved. Go ahead. Let me hear what you have to say.
Right. This whole front page, it is what it is. This is what the country wake up to. Maduro accuses Kamala of turning this country into a U.S. aircraft carrier for battle against Venezuela and all of the Caribbean. Trinidad and Tobago and CIA plot. War plot. So right now, they say the war plot against the South America is Trinidad and Tobago and the CIA working together. What says thou? Before going to something.
It is clear that is just an addendum to, of course, the propaganda and the desperation that the leadership, I should say, of Venezuela would have. I mean, is a high degree of paranoia. But I mean, let's face it, their bottom is now palpitating just as fast as their hearts right now, because no one knows what day the strike will come. However, as they expect, but however, the fact that there is mobilization, there is, of course, the deployment of tremendous amount of military and marine assets into the area and in close proximity to the sea and land borders of Venezuela. I cannot see Maduro saying anything different. And of course, those who believe that somehow China will save them and that the Americans are going to back down because of the Chinese. Well, the way how Maduro is speaking, he is really looking for sympathy. He's looking for allies. He is looking for persons who may have some kind of influence to say, well, listen, do not engage, let diplomacy work. But of course, the Americans have made up their minds. Too often, when there would have been arrangements between that administration led by Maduro and the Americans, they have failed. They said that the last one, of course, was with Biden saying that we're going to have free and fair elections. And when the results came out, it is the consensus that he had lost the elections. However, of course, his own kangaroo court and his electoral court and his own judges and so on made a decision to reinforce the claim that he would have made, that he won, and of course, admittedly, with a very slim majority. But however, of course, there was supposed to be a massive win for the opposition. Incidentally, the leader of which is now, of course, in exile in Spain.
Nice. Oh boy, so when you were saying yes, you were saying exactly.
I hear you. I take note, but
all right,
there are some things that I will have to finish, and I want to reserve the right to be judgmental in that regard. But
no. I'm happy, but just if it is, I realize that you don't explain and you technically over-explain, well, then I would just think they quick. Especially somebody waiting. Yeah. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, go ahead, caller. Sorry about that.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox, Mikey, Newbie, and to everybody out here. Andy, there's a saying that what ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft, right?
Yeah.
What is hypocrisy? What is hypocrisy worse than? I think it's the same witchcraft.
Yes.
Right? Because we have too many hypocrites roaming this place. in and out of the country, right? Let me deal with the first hypocrite in Grenada, right? And we'll go down the Caribbean islands.
Nice.
They are saying now that they don't want the Americans at the first report I saw was that they want them to remove whatever satellite was that is in Grenada. Now I'm hearing another report is that they don't want them to put it there. I don't know which one is true, but either way, like Grenada forgot who it is step up to the plate when they had the coup some years ago. It was the Americans that came and helped them. The same Americans, all you want to turn, twist up all your mouth and all your nose at, right? It's the same ones that help all you. Thank God for Eugenia Charles, right? She reminds me of Mrs. Prasad reminds me of Eugenia Charles. Eugenia Charles had more ovarian fortitude than Chambers at that time. Chambers was too coward to get involved. She said no. She called Ronald Reagan, right, to come and help the Grenadians and them. Now they're talking about zone of peace. When Kit Rowley, government, Minister, National Security, and whoever gave the instruction to storm Barbados and get Brent Thomas, where was the zone of peace then? But you see, that is why I've turned against Mia Motley, right? Because she's a hypocrite. She closed her mouth. She had pep, never said a word. What it is Rowley and them do. But now you're coming to talk about Caribbean and the zone of peace. Where was the zone of peace when they stormed your country and kidnapped the man? And today, how much money this government might have to pay that man? The same thing happened when Maduro was going after Guyana for the Essequibo region. What did they do? What did they say? They shut them up because they're a bunch of cowards. They are PNM party group number 3. That's what they are. And now you have 10 washed up wannabes signing letter about zone of peace and Rowley in the park. When Rowley was the chair of the CARICOM region, and I think he was also in charge of security. When they had that meeting in Barbados and a reporter asked him what he thought about the crime in the Caribbean, in the CARICOM region, he said, what crime is now an exotic disease, right? And is all over the world, right? Where was the zone of peace then? It's like the peace poll they went up along in Diego Martin. They should take that and put it in Balisay House because I hear real confusion going on in Balisay House as to who is their leader, who is really a leader, right? And Andy, I am going to say this again and again and again. For fear of repeating myself, I am going to say it again. The PNM opposition, the 19 opposition leaders are trying their best to destabilize this country. You see what they did with the budget? Imagine you have a washed up engineer, a failed engineer, was the Minister of Finance in the PNM, and you coming to talk about fake budget? Gatsby Dolly was a failed education minister, and she talking about failed budget? Where in that budget is a failed budget? Because they're helping the people. That is why they call them a failure. They're not supposed to help the people. They're only supposed to ask them for their vote and don't help them. Don't help them. But I'm appealing to the UNC MPs and them. Don't answer them. Leave them. Ignore them. It's best to ignore them because they are worthless. They are waste of time in this place. Right? Look at how they're sowing seeds of doubt in the minds of the citizens about that worship. And this is not the first time a worship come to Trinidad. Why they didn't get on so many medical ship came? No, you see, they're looking for commerce and bacchanal. Because according to Marvin Gonzalez, the propaganda of the PNM have to be in every nook and cranny. But we will show them. And I'm appealing to our supporters. Or they come here. You see how Karen Ash talked this morning? Right? That is what we have to do. We have to put a stop to the PNM nonsense. Because it's real nonsense going on with the PNM. Penny has let herself down. No wonder Manny didn't want her in 2010. And Rowley chased she out. I don't know why Rowley bring her back. And from my understanding, he work it behind the scenes to get her back out again. Penny is useless. Why are you doing that to the people of the country? Making everybody feel that this government not doing anything. And Andy, I sent you a post, a Facebook post. I want you to take your time and read it. And I hope this Howard woman is soon in the hands in silver bracelets for that threat that she made against Mrs. Pasabi Sessa. Andy, thanks a lot and have a good morning. Take care.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice. So, by the meanwhile, we go into other calls. Lennox Smith, what else? We go all over. Look, I see now, and the Guardian now, and the Guardian is saying hostile provocation. Venezuela accuses Trinidad and Tobago of plotting dangerous attack with America, but government say this is simply not truth. That is the Guardian.
Well, yes. As I said, it's consistent with the paranoia of the administration in Venezuela, and that is understandable. I mean, they are only human. They are seeing, of course, existing or unfolding before their very eyes the strong possibility on this occasion that all of the shenanigans and all of the power mongering and the brutal execution of power in Venezuela is coming to a sudden end, and therefore you will get those kinds of rhetoric. You'll get those kinds of as I said, paranoid statements. But of course, it's very also interesting that the former heads of CARICOM, including of course Rowley, who of course have put their voices to the zone of peace concept, and of course Baldwin Spencer from Antigua and Barbuda, these are former heads, and then you have of course Musa and Dean Barrow from Belize. You also have of course Frudel Stewart from Barbados, and then you have Edison James from Dominica. You have Tilman Thomas from Grenada, and Donald Ramuta from Guyana, and Bruce Goldings, and of course PJ Patterson. That's a name that I don't think we could forget, from Jamaica. And then we have of course Kenny Anthony from St. Lucia. I thought Kenny had passed away, but he's still with us. So these former heads of these respective CARICOM states are lending their voices to, of course, the zone of peace concept, and I will not be surprised if that would have been led by some kind of intervention by Rowley, because Rowley has that kind of uncanny disposition to come up and to manufacture these phantasmagorical situations. We saw that, of course, when he was prime minister. In order to get to Biden, he then orchestrated a whole exercise in the United States where he got a doctorate because it was understood that Biden attended that same university, and so he was able to get access to members of the administration, which he otherwise could not have gotten from the statements that Biden would have made, being surprised that Rowley was there getting a doctorate just as him, and therefore he said in no uncertain terms to him, Biden saying to Rowley, "I thought you were just a South American guy who suggesting that he was hostile." Well, but that's my interpretation, at least, hostile to America. And so we know that that kind of propensity, because he's a bright man and therefore will use, of course, his clout and influence over the years, having gone to school with these guys in whatever university, whether in Jamaica or here in Trinidad, in order, of course, to orchestrate such a plot. Nice. Again, of course, trying to defend the indefensible, which of course is the Maduro administration, to try to thwart or to deflect attention by the Americans. Go ahead.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, crowds gather as the USS worship them duck. Real people went and see warships for the first time. But I want to go through this story here too. Caribbean leaders offer mediation as USA-Venezuela tension looms, right? Lennox Smith, you are saying that you want to believe that Rowley have a hand in that.
Yeah, as far as the former leaders are concerned, and I have no doubt in my mind that, of course, the Dominican leader, who, of course, stated a similar position as that of Motley, both of them speaking to their respective, of course, political parties. I don't know if elections are due in those countries, but of course, both articles suggest or told us that they were talking to members of their own party. So I suppose that they got a platform, and then Al Jazeera would have been around, so they were able, of course, to get to their position way beyond, of course, the confines of their respective territories.
Yeah, but
so
Al Jazeera,
on the international circuit, so to speak. Go ahead.
Right, and they say Al Jazeera, but it says Al Jazeera or something, so right. But
I just call it Zebra. But go
I
ahead.
don't know. Let's call it Al Jazeera. So right now, on Al Jazeera, all over the world, Trinidad and Tobago name is calling as the encourager platform for America attack on Venezuela, with the rest of Caribbean countries openly saying that no, leave it a peace zone. All eyes is on Trinidad and Tobago because Ghana and all in saying nothing. We is the lone country that continue to thumbs up in full support of America, while in Trinidad people are saying Kamala should stay neutral, stay out of it, and that she go get we in trouble, What says thou?
Yeah, well, Al Jazeera, you have to understand, is a Middle Eastern news network. I think is in Qatar, they are based, and of course, they would be anti the United States. They were very critical of the bombing for.
Hold on, let Lennox explain, caller.
The Iranian nuclear facility, for example, and indeed, of course, the backing of the United States for Israel in their bombing campaign. Even though, of course, the United States had condemned the attempt at what some may call the genocidal attack and trying to wipe out the Arabs or the people on the Gaza Strip, etc. So we understand the biasness, and therefore it's not surprising that they will be making those kinds of statements about Trinidad and Tobago and focusing there. Our foreign affairs minister said we have very good relationship. In fact, the ambassador here for Venezuela is his good friend, and they still maintain, I think, a very small contingent of diplomats in Venezuela. So all of that suggests that Trinidad and Tobago is dotting its I and crossing its T as far as diplomacy is concerned, in spite of the position that they have taken on the Americans. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, good morning, Andy and Mickie.
And Lennox. Well, Lennox.
Trinidad and Tobago. This is Mr. Tobago calling.
Go ahead, Mr. Tobago.
For the longest while.
Yes.
But I call this morning to this man who now talk the 100% kudos. You understand? The man is talking things with sense, and I don't know why Trinidad and Tobago, not even Tobago, Trinidad behaving like that. I cannot understand them. They're behaving like they have no sense at all, no common sense. I don't know, this is vaccine that make their sense short. They just can't understand. I don't know what's going on in them. Everything they're running like a headless chicken.
Oh, God.
They have a new government working for us. That's why I don't call. I sit down and listen to everybody with a stupid talk and the stupid this and the stupid that's what they talk. Contribution whether they're making things that doesn't make any sense at all. They're talking about.
Yes.
I cannot understand. That's why I don't call in and see anything. I listen. I just sit down listening. Boy, I just can't take them, boy. I don't know why they get so stupid. I don't know how short they come so stupid. Trinidad used to call to be go there stupid. And they more stupid than us now. What's wrong with them? Nah, nothing going on with them at all. They're losing it down there. Trinidad are losing it. And I hope they come to their senses. And I wish this government all the best, and I wish they could stay there, because when I was telling earlier, you would need a third party to move the PNM out of here, or they was telling me, no, only two parties, PNM and UNC. I said, no, they're going to come back and run the UNC out of office if the UNC come back in power. And exactly that is what they're doing. Have a good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Oh, God.
Well, not only was that very nice and dynamic, but of course we want to wish them a peaceful Juve and 2 days of Carnival in Tobago. It starts today. The Merry Monarch is now on the rampage in Tobago as we speak.
Oh God, let me say a pleasant good morning to my brothers and sisters in Tobago. That my Tobago brothers and sisters are saying they don't know if it's the vaccine. They don't know why Trinidad and Tobago, well, not Tobago, Trinidadian so stupid. She says she just sit down, judge back, and she can't believe he ain't stupid Trinidadians talking so. And she right, you know. She right. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, Andy, good morning again.
Hey, Pat.
Yeah, you hear me properly?
Kenrick, yeah, Kenrick. Go ahead, Kenrick.
Yeah. What I was saying, that I'll tell Lennox, that USS battleship come down there. They don't come down here for play, you know, and spend $1,000 in fuel from come so far to pack up over there. They come there for business. And let me tell you something. My son-in-law in the Marines. Let me tell you something. They're in there already. Remember I told you months ago, or years ago, I told you that when Raleigh was there, that the CIA was down there, looking across, scoping out stuff. Exactly what I told you. They was watching the drone runners, they was watching where they come from, to scope them out. That's why you know where they coming from and where they coming out. That's why they blew up the boat. Because they know where they come from and they give them information. That's what the CIA for. And they we'll call a special forces that is sent, that is like ghosts. They're inside Venezuela. They don't know that. So anything that takes place, they're going for him. They're going to take him out. Just like Maduro. Not Maduro, I mean Saddam Hussein. The exact strategy. They surround the place, they box him in, and they go inside there and they do what they have to do and come out back. Simple. Right? They don't want no war, and if it happens, it happens. But there will be some confrontation, we know. But they're going out there and take them out and come back. That's it. That's how they operate. That's the information I give you, man. That's what I know. All right, Landy.
R with visit of U.S. destroyer vessel. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. R with visit of U.S. destroyer vessel. Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar. Government insists military personnel here for training, cooperation mission. Caribbean leaders offer mediation in U.S.-Venezuela tensions. Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez News 7. Monday, October 27, 2025 Guardian.
Go ahead, caller.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox.
Good morning.
I want to ask a
Out of an effort that could spark a full military...
Maybe Lennox could help me out a lot here. Let me just suppose that the U.S. sending a strike force, a small strike force, and they eliminate Maduro, they kill him or something. You feel it's going to have civil war in Venezuela? Because from what I gathering from reading different news sources, not only Al Jazeera or Fox or whatever, the majority of the poorer class of people in support of the Chavista systems because they seen where they gain some benefits. Before that, before 2003, 98% of the people in Venezuela was poor people living up in the hills and in the bush and in favelas all over. When Chavez come in, he started to build proper housing for the people around the cities, and he started to spread the wealth across the country. And the people in Caracas, the original hierarchy, stopped getting all that they could get because he nationalized the system. You feel if they take out Maduro, it's just so they just want to take out Maduro and everything changed and Machado come in? People don't like Machado. Machado don't promise that she's going to give everything to America. Let all them oil company come and take what they want. And the people will go back to the old system where they want the poor people wasn't getting nothing. It going to, well, asking if you feel they're going to have a civil war where the poorer class now will rise up and demand that they want proper elections and not elections that the America could determine if it's right or it's wrong. Because from what I understand, I can't see Trump in Washington saying Maduro wasn't elected properly when he win an election. It had observers day and he win an election, but he decided that Maduro is not the president. Suppose he wanted to put in Guaido. That failed. And then he come and he bring in this man Machado. People don't like Machado much. In 2002, when they arrest Chavez the first time, you know, 2 days after, the people went and take Chavez out of the island prison, they put him in and bring him back, and he win an election. You feel Venezuelan people is normal people? They're going to sit down and take that and do nothing? Don't defend their country? All right.
Next caller, pleasant good morning to you.
Andy, morning, darling. I've been here a long time.
Yes, I hear a long time. What's your contribution this morning on the Ground Report?
My life's so busy. My life busy, yeah, boy. What that caller just said, I agree with him. They are boxing him in because if you look back at everybody else who they went for, Bin Laden, all the rest of them, they did the same thing, you know. They box it in and then they go in and they'll take him out. But they're boxing him in case anything is to go down, so they would be prepared. That is what they're doing. America is not a stupid country. They're not stupid at all. They know what they're doing. And everybody looking forward for a war, but I think that I don't think it's going to have a war unless Maduro strike. If he strike, he'll be in trouble. But other than that, what they're going to do, I think that's their strategy. They box you in, and then they go in there, and they're going to take out Maduro. You either hear Maduro come out living, or he come out in our body.
Dead or alive. I agree with you. But the only way you're going to have a war with bombs and guns is if it is a Venezuela strike. Other than that, the war is what you say.
But Andy, no, but listen, remember, we had to look at,
Yes,
sir. We had to look at Trump. Sorry. We had to look at Trump because Trump head, there's be shaking, eh? Trump have a normal head. Trump is like the other presidents. Trump is a madman, eh? Trump is not like other presidents, which they hold their hand. Trump will, let me tell you something. Trump is getting frustrated on Maduro, especially when he see no action in taking place. Maduro ain't giving himself nothing. You don't see he started bomb up them little pirogue. So you hear what he say? He say he finished, you see, he going on land. So you had to look at all that too. So I wouldn't say they wouldn't strike because we had to look at Trump is not a normal. He's not a normal person. Trump is a madman. Trump is head shaking. Yes, Trump head shaking. Trump head ain't good at all. So I look forward to anything can go wrong. Anything can go wrong. And I'm talking about the U.S. could strike because of who Trump is. Because of the type of person Trump is. And he is a person, he is unpredictable. He could do anything. So you can't put nothing past him. Right? And that is the only thing. If it was another president, I would have said, okay, well, fine, yeah, nothing going to happen. But with Trump, you do not know if Trump could just say, here what? Take Venezuela. Yes, that is how crazy Trump is. You know? And of course, if they launch Venezuela, I wouldn't be shocked that Venezuela retaliate and hit us. So we have to be very careful. We have to hope for the best and pray that nothing don't go down and no shit don't start. Trump don't start no shit. Because I don't think Maduro gonna start anything. Maduro is scared. Maduro knows he can't fight America, but it will happen where other countries are going to fall in because other countries are supporting Maduro, right? So let me hope it don't go wrong like that, but let me hope that America wants Maduro dead. They want to go in there and take Maduro out in a body bag. They're not bringing Maduro out. Anytime you hear America take him out, you go hear something and Maduro is a dead man. They have no use for Maduro. They just want Maduro dead. Go arrest himself. Trump can move on with his business. Yes. So anyway, my Trinidad and Tobago people, our budget was very good. We're on our way. The UNC is doing great. You have to remember that not everybody on the same page, but at the same time, the country is more progressing. So, you know, let's take our time and we'll reach where we're going. Anyway, Andy, you all have a blessed day. Trinidad and Tobago. Pray, and God will see us through whatever it is that is coming. But, hello?
Yeah, we listening.
But, Andy, let me tell you something. Trump have the U.S. ships out there, we jamming. Melissa outside there in Jamaica, we jamming. The budget no read, we jamming still. Trinidadians, you all have happy people. I ain't asking you. You all are happy people. Because I went out last night, and when I look at the capacity of people outside, you're having fun. You all are aligning, you're having fun. You all are buying the best alcohol, all these things. So, nothing is wrong with it. But Trinidadians are livers. They know how to live. And we'll get there. We'll reach where we're going. So, you'll have a good day. Let me not take too long. Andy and Lennox and Mickie, you'll have a good day. All right? Blessings. Bye there.
Thank you very much. Before I take a call, I'd ask Lennox Smith something. Because we must have his indulgence, eh? Well, Pastor D.W. is saying he is a rapist, a murderer, a felon. Oh boy, a pastor is saying that about Trump here right now. He's saying that pastor is saying Trump is a rapist, a murderer, a felon, a con man, and is mentally insane. Only love himself, feel he is king, only king in our wild west is King Jesus Christ. Right, that is one day. Let me just think there quick. Oh boy, somebody else say Trump head it. What a lot of people is laughing at, and Lennox Smith. What I and all believe in what the last caller is saying is that Trump is not a normal U.S. president. Trump, to me, sometimes he just come like he heading too good, and you really can't, you can't, you don't know how that man does thing. You don't know how to think, because 1 minute, I remember the man say how Ukraine president we call him Lekansi. He's the one caused the war. He's the one. He's the one. And the man said with that president, he was against Ukraine. Now he and that president hung up. There's the best thing after sliced bread. Trump changed his mind. He's supporting Ukraine now. What says though? This lady say Trump head shaky. Trump heading too good. What you say about that?
Well, all of the derogatory clearly intended and the recriminations. The fact of the matter is that one thing was left out of all of the description of Trump in the previous comment by somebody that you mentioned. What they left out is that he is also the president of the United States. Let's not waste time with that. In spite of all of the descriptions, he is the president of the United States. I agree that he's whimsical. I agree that he's unpredictable. But I think that he is essentially a transactionist, meaning that he sees the world in the context of transactions. So therefore, he always talks about deals. And of course, if the deal is not good, he will rescind, or he will he will wait or he will act. And for some who are observing, would say that that is not becoming of a president of the United States who wields such power across the globe. But the fact of the matter is that you're quite right in the question of Ukraine and Russia. He thought Putin would have by now agreed to some kind of ceasefire. He realized that like Maduro, he would engage, of course, in deceptive and hoping that the other side will be tolerant as he seeks to continue and stretch his so-called, for himself, of course, longevity. But at the end of the day, people will understand that that is the nature of the beast, and they therefore will have to take some kind of action. And I think for both Putin and Maduro, that time has reached. The tolerance level has now been exhausted, and as a consequence, action is now required, and action clearly is on the move against, of course, these elements. But in this case, of course, Maduro. And there is nothing we could do about that.
So he's taking a very hard line on Putin now. All of a sudden, Putin is the most dangerous man, and he wants Putin stopped by any means necessary. By even sanctioning and giving Ukraine long-range missiles, which America was keeping away from that all along.
That's right. And of course, and in the midst of that, following the Alaska meeting, the summit that I think they planned in another neutral country, they have he pulled out of it. Trump pulled out of it unilaterally. So Putin, I think, would have gotten the message that he is now alone.
Oh my gosh. Right, so the pastor that mentioned, what does he mention there? Oh boy, let's see. Omesh Christopher is saying, hush your illiterate dunce MC now. Right, well, WR is saying that Trump is unstable. Sandy Jones is just laughing. Trinidad Revolutionary Soldiers is saying, Pastor, how much boys you interfere with? Oh my God.
And of course, to the caller that posed the question as to whether or not Chavism or whatever you want to call it, that ideology that has been broken. That's a failed experiment. And I mean, and there are evidence, there are variables all over the place to suggest that. First and foremost, if I was the caller, before I make that statement, I would want to know what is happening. Well, put another way, why it is that over 7 million of the 27 million citizens of Venezuela has left Venezuela. That's one. Two, of course, why it is that if Chavism is so popular, how come Maduro has to steal elections? And in spite of the fact that there would have been observers there that said that he lost the elections. I hope that he would have gotten his information correct. The observers said that Maduro lost the two elections, in fact, the one in 2018 and of course the most recent one. And of course the popularity of the opposition there is underestimated. When and if Maduro is taken out and his cronies and his leadership, he will be surprised to see the reverse migration back into Venezuela. While of course the economy will begin to flourish, and the argument for because they don't like the hegemonic nature of the United States, but the fact is that is the world power, and we could do nothing about it. As soon as he is removed, you see, of course,
Venezuela will go good again.
Will reboom. You will see, of course, a lot of investment getting into Venezuela from the north, and that is reality. Yes, they have the greatest or the largest deposit of oil on the planet, and therefore, of course, why not? I want you to put yourself in that position too. If you are the greatest and the most powerful country in the world, you would want, of course, anybody else to come in your backyard to take that major resource away from you. Come on, especially where you have a hostile government that that is responsible for the manipulation and the control of that resource. That is how the game is, and therefore Trinidad and Tobago understands that, and therefore they are playing their cards right. So whichever way it goes, Trinidad and Tobago will benefit from coming out of this exercise. Go ahead.
Nice. Win-win. One thing you just forget to mention, Lennox Smith, that Venezuela will boom again, which is that the US is all in order have impounded, I think it's some 300 billion US dollars for Venezuela.
It's not there alone, in Europe as well, because remember they are blood allies, and therefore it's difficult. They had a whole gambit of oil and fuel stations in the United States. All that has been impounded until, of course, the situation. Yeah, what will happen is that as soon as he goes, all of that will be released once again, and Venezuelans will once again migrate back. So based on ideology and my belly hurting me, and the same ideology causing me to lose my children, lose my country, lose my dignity and my pride and so on, and I must defend something based on that, and I can't eat. Otherwise, of course, a small group inside of the country eating ham, lamb, and jam, no different to Trinidad and Tobago, when of course Bowie and they decided to take everything
for themselves,
their own, on their own, nice, and for their own, and ignore the masses.
Nice. Well, boy, let's hurry up there with this interesting is saying, Pastor should remember, he who casts the first, he who has no sin should cast the first stone. Jill Monroe is saying, then Pastor, Trump like Rowley? You're talking about Rowley? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. MNB VC. Well, I'll just say 35087. Trump is king. God's will part of God's plan. Think you're missing all, baby. What we trying to say? Trump is part of God's plan. If you understand Bible, I think that's what you're trying to say there. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And in the midst of all that, you know, we normally would take out some of the hilarious parts. Well, of course, the statement is now that marijuana is becoming very expensive. But what I've observed is that fish is not. I don't know what is the reason for that. But they're saying that because of the actions of the Americans in the Southern Caribbean, of course, marijuana is becoming more and more expensive.
But
so I don't know if that's a good or a bad.
And fish is not. Shama is saying, Pastor, double check your legal status of the information you are sharing. Felon. Oh boy, oh boy. Trump is a businessman. That's what it is. Lennox say everything for he's a deal.
Yeah, transactional. That is his disposition. Yeah.
Lucky Lal is saying, Andy, there's a book called The Art of War. Leaders will threaten but will put differences to protect their assets or trade relations. All right. Nice. Go ahead, next caller. I can't go through no more of this yet. I will always just speak to you. Go ahead, caller. Caller, go ahead. Caller, you're on and on. You mute the phone. Go ahead. Unmute your phone and talk. You must be and realize your phone mute. Caller, talk. All right, because we're waiting about 5 minutes now. Whoa. I might have to cut you. Right, you're on mute. Very good. Now talk. I see you on mute, but you ain't talking, caller. Oh boy, you're far from the Wi-Fi, you know. Look at that after you wait nearly 10 minutes. Wow. Nah, boy. You got to call back. Right, you got to call back. I want to do something here. Boom, 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 boom.
And dare U.S. control and part of an effort that could spark a full military confrontation against Venezuela. However, the government has underscored the reasons for the visit of the USS gravely and stressed that it values the country's relationship with the people of Venezuela. The government responded last night after Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez accused Trinidad and Tobago of carrying out military exercises under U.S. control and claimed a false flag attack is underway from waters bordering TNT, which could generate a confrontation against Venezuela. The Venezuelan embassy issued the statement yesterday. Venezuela declared that it does not accept threats from any vassal government of the U.S. We are not intimidated by military exercises or war cries. The Bolivarian National Armed Forces will remain alert and mobilized in perfect popular military police union in the face of this very serious provocation. Venezuela's statement came hours after the USS Gravely arrived in TNT. The ship is scheduled to remain until Thursday. Members of the 22nd Marine Expeditionary Unit, MEU, aboard the ship will conduct training with the TNT Defense Force. Foreign and CARICOM Affairs Minister Sean Sobers, at yesterday's briefing, detailed the ship and MEU's activities. However, Venezuela's statement from Rodriguez, received subsequently, denounced an alleged military provocation by Trinidad and Tobago in coordination with the CIA to provoke war in the Caribbean. The communique stated, "The Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela denounces before the international community the dangerous carrying out of military exercises by the government of Trinidad and Tobago between 26th and 30th of this month under the coordination, financing, and control of the United States Southern Command, an action that constitutes a hostile provocation against Venezuela and a serious threat to the peace of the Caribbean." Venezuela reports that it has captured a mercenary group with direct information from the U.S. intelligence agency, CIA, and has been able to determine that a false flag attack is underway from waters bordering Trinidad and Tobago, or from Trinidadian or Venezuelan territory itself, which will generate a full military confrontation against our country, the statement claimed. The definition of a false flag operation is an act committed with the intent of disguising the actual source of responsibility and pinning blame on another party. The term also includes countries that organize attacks on themselves and make them appear to be by enemy nations or terrorists, giving the supposedly attacked nation a pretext for domestic repression, foreign military aggression, or to engender sympathy. Venezuela's statement added that the planned action perfectly evokes the provocation of the battleship Maine and the Gulf of Tonkin, which gave rise to the war against Spain to seize Cuba in 1898 and allowed the U.S. Congress to authorize involvement in an eternal war against Vietnam in 1964, from which they emerged defeated by the Vietnamese people after facing incalculable destruction and regrettable human loss. The government of Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar has renounced the sovereignty of Trinidad and Tobago to act as a military colony subordinate to U.S. hegemonic interests, turning its territory into a U.S. aircraft carrier for war throughout the Caribbean against Venezuela, Colombia, and all of South America, the statement claimed. It further argued that by folding to Washington's militaristic agenda, Persad-Bissessar not only intends to attack Venezuela, a country that has always maintained a policy of energy cooperation, mutual respect, and Caribbean integration, and break our historic bonds of brotherhood. She also violates the United Nations Charter, the proclamation of Latin America and the Caribbean as a zone of peace approved by CELAC, and the principles of CARICOM, which protect all peoples of the Caribbean. These are not defensive exercises. This is a colonial operation of military aggression that seeks to turn the Caribbean into a space for lethal violence and U.S. imperial domination. Venezuela said this policy of surrender and betrayal of the constitutional principles of TNT has already affected citizens, claiming innocent fishermen have been victims of extrajudicial executions in the Caribbean Sea, revealing the repressive and criminal nature of the current government, which fires on its own people under the call, "Kill them all," and celebrates that Trinidadians are summarily executed while opening the doors to murderous foreign troops. Venezuela stated it will always defend its sovereignty, territorial integrity, and right to live in peace against foreign enemies and its vassals. Not so, says government. Trinidad and Tobago pressed Venezuelan officials for proof of the false flag attack, whether in photographs, documents, or otherwise, but was only told that it had been brought to light yesterday. There was no reply on what Venezuela would do as a result. There was also no reply from Persad-Bissessar to Guardian Media's questions. However, a statement issued by the Ministry of Foreign and CARICOM Affairs was issued and also posted on the Prime Minister's Facebook page. It said the government noted Venezuela's statement on the Gravely's visit, adding that it has been clear about the specific purpose, as highlighted in statements from the Foreign Affairs Ministry and the U.S. Embassy on October 23 and 24, plus Sober's update yesterday. The visit of the USS Gravely aims to bolster the fight against transnational crime and build resilience through training, humanitarian activities, and security cooperation. It will also strengthen long-standing partnerships between both countries, which have provided medical care and disaster preparedness, improved lives, and strengthened TNT communities. The statement added that this country has repeatedly made clear it values its relationship with Venezuela, given shared history and close fraternal ties. The government also reiterated its commitment to the people of the Caribbean for the creation of a safer, stronger, and more prosperous region. The U.S. has been targeting what it calls drug smuggling boats in the Caribbean as it moves to curtail narc trafficking. Since September 2nd, there have been 10 strikes in the region, resulting in 43 deaths of suspected drug smugglers. Prime Minister Persad-Bissessar has voiced support for the U.S. actions, saying TNT has been affected by drug trafficking, which has led to violent crime. She urged the U.S. to kill them all violently.
Wow, she urged the US to kill them all violently. So not this whole thing started with the XCPBO and Guyana and all those things. Now you are seeing where Guyana is totally out. The rest of the Caribbean countries is totally out. The countries that names are calling right to America, Trinidad, America, Trinidad, America, Trinidad, Kamala. In opposition, Kamala. In government, Kamala. Lennox Smith. And this is being broadcast all across the world. That Trinidad, little Trinidad, is in partnership with Venice, with America, taking out Maduro because I saw it coming across, or regime change, but is hiding it under the umbrella of narco trafficking and the safety of drugs and thing in Trinidad and Tobago. What says thou? Short and sweet. Hold on.
What has taken a back burner or a backstage is the fact that among several Latin American countries close to and afar from Venezuela, including that of Guyana, is support for the United States, right? That is clear. But Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, and maybe because of our proximity, we are just 7 miles closer to Venezuela than we are to Tobago. That's to tell you how close we are. And the fact that the former regime, and I blame them to some extent as well, because they had taken a position that was in fact, in all practicality, in favor of Maduro. Rowley and they were making statements. They didn't even recognize Guaido, for example, when if they were really neutral, they could have simply said, well, we understand the volatility in Venezuela. We understand the position of the opposition there, and etc. They didn't have to recognize Guaido as the president. But Rowley and Stuart Young were very pellucid, were very poignant, and they were very clear in terms of who they prefer. And then that was reflected in regional and international convention and or issues relating to Venezuela in the OAS, for example, and how they voted. They either abstain or they say no. And then at the United Nations, recognizing when in fact they could have made more neutral position statements. And then when he came back from Chile some time ago at the airport, Rowley called for the removal of the Secretary General of the OAS because he was asking for the Venezuelans to be expelled from the OAS. All of that would have, of course, signaled to anybody who in this particular, let's say, antagonistic relationship, I'm talking between Venezuela and the Americans. So Trinidad and Tobago's previous government cannot say that they were neutral. They cannot say that.
Can't say that.
And if they had to be, and any bias, it would have been, of course, the pendulum would have swung in favor of Maduro, even though, of course, the greatest ally, the United States, Trinidad and Tobago's greatest ally, the United States, for one reason or another, had a bounty and still have a bounty of now 50 million US on Maduro's head. That is unfortunate.
Very unfortunate.
Go ahead.
Oh boy. Patch is saying Trinidad is in a partnership with America. It's world news. That's good. We making world news. That's your thought there. Primraj was Patch Joseph now is Primraj is saying blame the PNM for this. Alright, Selena is saying I want that so-called pastor to shut his dotish mouth. If you were a true pastor, you would not be condemning Trump like that. You are not perfect. Shame on you, pastor. Shame on you, pastor. Let's continue. Let me get some voice notes in. Quick. Time is running out, and we know we have to organize to go for to lock off at you all know the time. So let me just get some voice notes there in quick. Nice. Let's start those voice notes. Lord, this voice note too long, They 5 minutes and something. I want to come back to that. Or I will do just 2 minutes or so.
Good morning, Andy Williams. Good morning, Lennox Smith. Good morning to the Ground Report listeners. First off, I would like to say my prayers and thoughts are with the people of Jamaica in this time, and even the people of Haiti, Cuba, Turks and Caicos, the Bahamas. This morning, they are expecting a storm. And I pray that, there will be no casualties and, the hand of the Almighty will be upon those nations. Andy, a lot of people must see was praying for them kind of thing to happen to Trinidad to see if the CARICOM people will help. You understand? I see malicious and wicked things of some of our so-called Trinidadians. But God is good. This morning, I would like to continue to say that I am admiring and, respecting our PM each and every day for the strong stance that she is taking against drug trafficking. We on the Ground Report here, we need to back up this woman. We need to stand with her. This fight is not an easy thing, You know what it is that people are losing billions of dollars in this drug trains. They are not going down without a fight, And as she said, there may be people, and I understand what she's saying, why is the PNM putting up such a fight? Why is the PNM giving out such false information and making such panic in our society over the help that the US is giving us? We are not in war with Venezuela, and I telling you, I feel that woman is sick of every day explaining that we are not in war with Venezuela. We just at war with the drug trafficking. Andy Williams, let me explain this. You just picture this. You buy a house for, say, $2 million in a nice neighborhood. You have your family, you have your 3 beautiful children, a beautiful wife, a beautiful home, a good job. And you're settling your house and somebody open a drug block around your area, around your house area there. And when you're coming home, there is drug users right by your door. Your children can't come out and play because there is needles and paraphernalia of drug use around. Your wife can't come outside because to plant a little garden because there's drug users right outside your fence and people in all different description. In the night you can't sleep because it is a set of gunplay fighting for turf. Drug people coming to buy drugs, making a certain noise in the place. You have your home, but you're not feeling comfortable in it. And one day you're coming home and you saw where the police set up a police post and the police start patrolling the area. And when you come in your house now, you could drive in. Your children could come out and play. Your wife could come outside and plant a little garden. You could come out and sit down and sip a little coffee in your veranda and use your gallery. You understand? Now, let me ask you something. Who will be disapprove or who will be vexed that this kind of calm return to our community, who will be vexed? Not the people who was profiting from the drug block. Them is the people who will be vexed that law and order take reigning. So Ms. Bissessa is quite correct in asking now, what is the PNM beef about, Trinidad and Tobago wanting help in dealing with drug trafficking? What it is, why are they so hell-bent on creating all this, paying bloggers so much of millions of dollars, you understand, to spread propaganda? So I telling earlier, Mr. John Andy, Mr. Lennox, all ground report listeners, all you need to stand up with this woman. This fight ain't easy, This fight ain't easy. People losing millions of dollars and they're not going to go down without a fight. So let's stay blessed. Front burner.
Oh boy, I just leave him face all duration. Very good contribution. Let's continue that quick. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Morning to the ground report, Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, and Mickie Kerr. Nothing wrong if you're complaining. Morning to the ground report again. I want Donald Trump to bring up Rowley name, Stuart Young name, and all who get involved with Maduro. I want Donald Trump to call the name, Rowley name. I want Maduro to sell out Rowley and Stuart Young and all who was involved in that meeting when Maduro come here, your entourage. Where you get the refinery from, Rowley? Where you bring that refinery from? Why are they not going to help the divers, Stuart Young? Why did you stop people from going to help the divers? Something in the motor beside the person, better come out and talk, Because that case, all you keep this for all yourself to get money from the government public posts. You understand? Public posts, all you keep up, pay lawyers trillions of dollars. And the divers never get a cent up to now. I want Maduro to call all their name too. You'll find it, You call all their Rowley hide. Let me see how long you hide for. Hide. You and Stuart Young and Arario, all hide, all involved. And you want to call yourself the Prime Minister, the one-day Prime Minister. All you have to answer. And what you do with the money you take out before election, one-day Prime Minister, Stuart Young, what you do with him, $500,000 they take out, what you do with it? Come and talk. Don't be asking UNC questions in Parliament like all your above, all your owner of Trinidad people. Get your hands and come out of this country now. Go and law for yourself somewhere now.
Good morning, Andy. Let me put all this talk about war to rest. There will be no war in Venezuela, Andy, because Maduro will pack up and leave. Because of the military might of my country, they united. States of America and China and Russia will not get involved in this matter. Maduro will leave, and nobody will die. If I was you, Andy, I would get some popcorn and sit back and watch. All will be well, buddy.
All right, turn that Trump.
Morning, ground report, Andy, Lennox, and Mickie K, wherever he is. This is the arena. I listened to all of this thing with this warship and people criticizing, but real things make sense, please. For one, the reason why them ship down here is to help we protect our borders from these drug men or the set of guns and ammunition and cocaine and weed that coming in our borders. Alright, so to let things make sense, people only try to negative, but war. It ain't no war going to take place. I don't know how Trinidad are so paranoid. The war was taking place for the last 10 years and people didn't realize that was war on the poor people and they're still trying to keep it down. As I keep saying, me ain't no rich man, but I live in, I eat every day. Most importantly, I can't buy things every day, but I could eat every day to make sure I make my groceries to eat and wherever. I pay my little light bill, pay my little internet bill, and But let's be real. There's no war coming here. It's Maduro they're looking for. And in case he decides to run cross Trinidad, You understand? That's why we had them thing here too. Okay? Yeah, look, so I'm listening.
I mean, I'll tell you something. All of those who are against Kamala for siding with Americans, well, she's doing a good job for trying to prevent the drugs and all the mayhem that's going on in the country, the murders and kidnapping of children, people they can't find. Those are the ones who are getting off of it, they're feeding off of it. That's why they don't like it. That's why they don't like Trump, because Trump is going to stop it. You see, all of those who fight, those who are fighting, living off of that, think about it.
Morning, Andy, Lennox, Mickie, Kerr, the people of Trinidad and Tobago.
Mother Bunny.
Well. I now understand why Rowley said the people of Trinidad and Tobago are stupid. That is why he leave the schools abandoned and didn't fix them. Because we have a lot of illiterate, fully done people in this place, and he didn't fix the school because they would have get bright. So when he give them a hamper and a $300 in a jersey and bribe them and tell them that that is good, and they feel that they get the world there, that is why they didn't want education. Because listen to this dotishness that they're talking because of worship, but coming to Trinidad and Tobago and they report. That is not common sense that these people talking. That is nonsense. We in a zone where we've seen all sorts of things happening. Look at what's going on in the country with murders. Look at home invasions. Look at all sorts of things. And the kind of drugs that coming into the country, we don't see no part of that in Trinidad and Tobago. So you have to be coming from somewhere and sending with young people, and they're mad. And they're doing all kind of things. These people not watching at the gruesome murders. Something had to be in your vein from them drugs that causing you to kill a man or a woman like that and don't even think about it, don't even get a feeling. And people ain't feeling it for nobody. Boy, all they're feeling it is for themselves. Because of a party, you supporting a party for stupidness. This man went all over the world and sit down with all these kind of people. He went with all of them. All these communist people, all these people who believe in drug trade. The man went and sit down and had meetings with them. He danced the Congo in Venezuela. He do a little everything. And if Maduro was such a good man, how come his citizens had to run? And he only bring them here and say we should have take one of them in the house. Since as he's such a good man and he's doing good for Trinidad and Tobago, why his citizens that to run? He know why they come here, that kid Christopher wicked, demonic, satanic Rowley. He knows. Stuart Young, he jumping up and saying all kind of thing, but if they don't open hospital, open something when I done. Just like what them in Tobago saying, but open the airport, which airport is something they've done. We had to have more common sense than this, and these days it's not so common again. People losing it by. We have to learn to listen. Why they must come out and tell them the treaty that Rowley signed with Stuart, with Fitzgerald Hines, with these American people concerning these warships. When medical ship come, no nice. When warship come, plenty nice. All your soap, I don't know what to say. I's an old woman and I ain't stupid somebody. Me and dotish. The people of Trinidad and Tobago need to catch themselves, and they need to understand rules and regulation and treaties and all these things that was signed by these people since Eric Williams' days. They have to understand what's going on in this country and stop being a dotish and stop saying things that is not right. And Tanti comes, leave that woman alone. Leave she alone. God sent her here to help Trinidad and Tobago. And if you don't accept the good, or you go get the bad, or you don't have no sense at all, leave the woman let she function. You don't even meet 6 months good yet. Leave the woman let she function. All they do ranting and raving, all you supporting people who don't even support a budget for you to get betterment in Trinidad and Tobago. Look at that. They don't support it because they don't want a little to be better. They want a little to stay grow like the donkey tail, downwards. And they don't want a little to improve. And look all you siding with these people with their nonsense. It's them raging. When they win the election, all of them came out and said it will be war. And all you don't see the war. All you don't see the war. Them come out and say it's war. And the warship come to fight them with their war because they like war. They open them out and say war. Trinidad and Tobago people have to learn to understand that we are not by ourselves. We have people surrounding us, and we have people who will battle for us because we don't have nobody battling here for us. Rowley. Rowley was a wicked, evil man with Stuart Young and all of them. And Fitzgerald Hines as security minister wouldn't put diesel in the vessels for them to run. Put them and lay them, put them sit down in Sobers Bay and make them there for years. They're moving. And all you ain't seeing that, but people come to help to protect all and they what you're going on with. Donald Trump might be doing everything good, what everybody go like. But come on. Why not tell our family them to come out to America and stop use US money? I have fight for US money right now because come out to America and stop send barrel and this and that for you. Because I have fight the people and them. People of Trinidad and Tobago come and send so come on buy your land some, right? Good morning.
Good morning, Andy, Mikey, Lennox, and everybody. Andy, you all can remember with Maurice Bishop and Grenada how things were real bad, people were suffering. Who saved them? Not the Americans went in and saved them. And the people over there were so grateful to the Americans for it. The country prospered, they were doing well. A lot of people I know from Trinidad went there. I know a guy who went and built a house after. He said, over there so nice. So if the Americans are going to help us here, I welcome it. And I am backing my Prime Minister 100%. I feel comfortable about it. I feel very comfortable about it. And if we have to get rid of what is harming us here in this country, and we getting help to clean it up and to correct it, I welcome it 100%. And I am praying for the situation. Thank you. Have a good day.
Good morning to the Magnificent Tree. Gentlemen, I hear people talking about how America lying, they are going behind narco terrorists and they want Venezuela oil. And a man say Venezuela, America running out of oil. That's why they just pretending it's narco terrorists and they want Venezuela oil. Let me tell that fella something. America had trillions of oils in reserve. They don't want Venezuelan oil as you say, because they getting Venezuelan oil through Richard Bovell, right? In agreement with Maduro. And also, they have Chevron, who dealing with our oil side. But what happened, the Essequibo region have our oil, what is called a sour oil. It's a very thick oil and very costly to refine. So America is the best person to buy that oil to refine because they did it in American currency. And when you go to buy oil with American currency, just imagine in Venezuela, it come like second to none. That is a non-issue, right? So it's not because they want Venezuela oil, because Venezuela don't have the amount of sweet oil like what the Essequibo region have. That's why Venezuela won that, because that have more sweet oil. It's a lighter oil and easier to refine, costing less money to refine. So when people talking that kind of talk, if they go on Google, they will see what happened with Richelle Bovell's side and also on this side with Marcus Rubio. So it's a double side. So people just only talking out of their head and their understanding. Why they don't ask the Venezuelan what they had done here? What they really think what's going on in Venezuela? Our newsmen rather ask Penny and Stuart Young and them about Venezuela and not to ask the Venezuelan down here. Because if they ask the Venezuelan here, they will get the truth. That is the point.
Andy, good morning again to you, Lennox, Mikey, Newbie, and to everybody out there. Andy, I felt so ashamed these students from Jamaica made a video showing that all some of the things that they got, two tubs of peanut butter, 3 packets of macaroni, a couple of tins of sausage, and they complaining about this is what they get. Maybe about 5 or 6 items. Not much. It might fill a grocery bag, and they exposing it that this is what they got from the government for all of them. And they say there were about 10 or 12 of them in the video, showing it, and they said that there are more of them, and this have to feed all of them. And you hear one behind saying, and what? They didn't say no punching. Now you see one like me, they will stay right here and suck salt. I call it a rowdy, eat green fig and salt. Because all the ungratefulness is worse than witchcraft. Before they say thank God, they still get something. And absolutely sure that was not all that they got. I'm absolutely sure. But you see, mischief making again. Mischief making again. They come to show that that is what they got. Why all your parents didn't send something for you? I don't care who vexed with me, you know. Why all your parents didn't send something for all you? The government step up to the plate and try to help all you, and that's what all they do. But we all know why they did it. We all know why. You hear? They should have, one like me, they would have stayed right there. And however, they survived, they survived. But then again, we know we have a kind, caring prime minister who will never allow anything to happen to them. And that is why, Andy, that is why we know that that is a lie. And that is why when you do wrong things to good people, you will never see a way. I say that this morning, and that also apply to the next one and next misfit. I think she admitted she was a looter in the coup, right? Put up a post about Kamala. Kamala house was built on drugs, and all the gifts that day was drug money. But that came from Patrick Manning. You remember when he stood up in Parliament and put up the picture and asking if that house was built on drug money, and the lady had to go in Parliament with all her receipts to show them how the house was built, right? And with the toys and all of that was donation from across the board. But you know, the low life on them now bring it back up because they exposed them for how much millions they were getting in CPEP contracts and more, right? But you see, God works in mysterious ways and his wonders to perform. That is why after Patrick Manning stood up in Parliament and hold up that picture, trying to discredit Mrs. Prasad Bissessa about a drug money belly lady house. You see what is Rowdy do him after? That same hand had to be a sling after. I make no apologies for saying it, Andy. When you do bad things to good people, don't expect good things to follow you. You discredited that lady, and look at today. How many years later, some lowlife come to repost it on Facebook. But thank God we all know better. Thank God for that. Thanks a lot, Andy, and take care.
Everybody in the line. Andy, it's me once more again. Andy, hear this now. You know, in this country here, people in, certain sector of this country, like they don't know what it is really want. They had 10 years of an evil administration oppressing them with a big, old, ugly, big nose, ugly, bald-headed man, right? Who jump out himself because he see water, water and flower, and listen, he go with a nice little pension, and try to get the firm to get a nice little pension just like what he get too also. Just imagine this young man, PNM is the worst, you know. PNM is the worst thing since the very inception of Trinidad and Tobago becoming a nation. You tell me since from 1962 to now, look at the state of Trinidad and Tobago, every time they come in office, the country bust. And somebody else will start to come and try to fix back the country, and every time they're doing that, PNM always turn up some kind of trouble in this country. Them not about progress, you know. They was never about progress. All them is about filling the pocket and leaving the country high and dry. Like PNM, if you check the records, go back and look at the history of PNM and the governance in this country, and you see PNM is very stagnant in the behavior. All them like is corruption and bacchanal and deceptions and lies and everything that is evil likes PNM. That is PNM. We fed up at PNM. PNM had to go. And I want to say, thank God, right, that the Americans come down in Trinidad down here and in the Caribbean down here to deal with these sort of narco terrorists and these drug dealers who peddling the poison and corrupting all over the world with the freaking drugs and fentanyl and what the hell ever it is they're doing. I always say thank God for America and thank God for Donald Trump. God bless America. Go on.
Thank you. Last voice note, Lennox, before we look to wrap up.
Good morning. You can be the one to stand against the forces of darkness and to break those strongholds that are keeping you and your family in bondage. The scripture says, the curse does not come without a cause. That means when we are dealing with issues as addictions, bad habits, and dysfunctions, either we have had bad choices or somebody in our family line has made some bad choices. There's a reason a child grows up to become an alcoholic. There is a reason a child becomes an abusive parent. There's a reason a young man commits crimes until he is sent off to prison. And when he is released, he goes right back to a life of crime. Certainly, societal issues may have an impact, but these things don't randomly happen in the spirit realm. Somebody somewhere open the door to the enemy.
Nice, nice. Time check. Whatever voice notes we didn't get to play, we're gonna play it tomorrow morning, please God. You all could have choose anywhere else to lock on to. You all choose a ground report this morning. You all shoot the Lennox Smith, Michael Kerr, and myself. You all shoot the Pitbull. Don't forget tonight, corridor transformation with yours truly, Lennox Smith, from 8 a.m., 8 p.m. tonight, in fact. So just stay tuned and lock on. You have a lot installed for you all at 8 o'clock tonight. Corridor transformation. Okay,
I just want to say thanks to all of those persons who participated. I think it's over 400 of them in the registration for that 20,000 jobs that would have been available from government. And I want to say thanks to all the volunteers. Of course, we went up to 12 o'clock just before the shutting down of the system to make certain that people at least have their ticket so that they could stand a chance in this effort. Of course, that is just one part. They have the private sector, and I expect that effort will be made with respect to businesses, people who wants to be entrepreneurs and business person, all part of trying to get people to work and to make their contribution to Trinidad and Tobago. So once again, thanks to all and sundry.
Nice. And this person here only ringing, long time to get in. Call her, make it quick, short and sweet.
Yeah, good morning. I want to say a very blessed morning to Andy Williams, Lennox Smith, Mickie K. My contribution is just to add that we have a cancer in our country that is causing all our problems. And once we can get rid of that cancer, which is the opposition, we'll be good. Every problem is there in sitting it. And I want to say, get rid of the cancer. Let us get rid of the cancer in this country, which is the opposition. And that's my contribution.
All right, ma'am. Get rid of the cancer, which is the opposition. Oh, boy. So, Trinidad and Tobago, until tomorrow morning, please, God. Same time, same place. Your voice notes that were not played will be played. Tomorrow, please, God. So as we say, same time, same place, right here, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., we are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.